Hi guys, once again this is Alfred from amassers.com and I'm back with what may be my last video of this year. And in this video, I want to talk about some updates that we've done on the Fearmonger, which is our free application. It's a fear and greed volatility index that we developed. And essentially, there's a bear side for fear, um, a bull side for greed, and the higher numbers uh, resonate more fear, lower numbers resonate more greed. And for those who are visual learners, there's the bears and the bulls on the screen. 5+ going to the bears and 5+ going to the bulls. And of course, the neutral zone is we are in right now, which is near neither bearish or bullish. But here's something that we added, and that's actually the market breadth, which is just taking all of the tokens that we're tracking with our trade idea leaderboard, our little, let's call it a crypto scanner. It's just taking all 36 of those, and it's just giving you a good bird's eye view of how many ideas are bullish and how many of those ideas are bearish. And that gives you an idea, also a deeper idea, a bird's eye view of what's going on, what kind of environment are we trading in. Now, when you have this area here, which is all geared towards Bitcoin itself, and then this area here, which is a like amalgamation of Bitcoin and some um, blue chip cryptos, at least of my opinion, then you really have a great idea of how the market is looking and what the sentiment is right then and there. And I know sometimes people are like, "Well, this is all great. It's a great bunch of data, Alfred, and even your other your other stuff down here, where you can see the numbers relative to the day, the week, the month, the year. But okay, how do I translate this into a trade? So another thing I want to touch on in this video is let me get some ideas and show you guys some real world examples because I took a couple in just rotations in Doge just using these ideas. So let's look at them real quick and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Um, what I like to do, and there's so many ways you could use this, but we're going to touch on what I found to be pretty straightforward. Okay. This is telling us that Bitcoin, which is the most dominant cryptocurrency right now, is simply neutral, right? Okay. Now it's the most dominant, and I back when I used to run a trading room, I used that as saying, and this is real country saying, but y'all gotta remember I am from the South. It's the dog wags the tail doesn't wag the dog. Okay, so if Bitcoin is neutral, then that's the dog. Okay, and all of these alts, no matter how good anyone says they are, they're all the tail. Okay, so if this is neutral, and a, I got 30 plus ideas over here that are buys, and I got no sales, then that means it's time for me to leave. Because at the end of the day, statistical probability is on my side that it's not this type of bullishness can't go on very much longer because there's no correlation with what my fearmonger is telling me is happening inside of Bitcoin. Now, if I were to see, let's say, this was giving me a good signal, let's say there's a couple of bulls out here or something, and or there was, even if there was something out here, this was bearish or neutral, and let's just say neutral, and I see there's like 34 um, bears over here, bearish ideas, and there's nothing that's bullish. Anytime I see the breath that's tilted so like that, that's when I like to come in. And if I see it overly bearish, that with that extreme tilt, I like to be a buyer. If I see it overly bullish with that extreme tilt, I like to be a seller. I like to leave then. Now, I've talked about just a real simple way to get that bird's eye view and use these. This is all right here. And of course, this is a link right to the leaderboard itself. But now we're going to look at some examples. Okay, and I put one of these examples on my Twitter. I shared it in a Discord over on Selected Investments Discord a while ago. So let's look at it, because sometimes guys are like, yeah, but I don't. Well, how do you make something of this? Okay, this is a Doge trade, and let's look at the numbers here. This trade started on November. What's this? November the 9th. Okay, now on November the 9th, this is when I bought this, and this Doge that I purchased was like 3,366 Doge, and it was worth at that time $248.93. Okay, now this the date right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me blow it up. Okay, that's November the 27th. That's November the 9th. That's November 27th. So took me a while, but remember what I said in the other video. What I talked about in the other video, that military saying that I got from Jeff Bezos, which is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I want to reference this as much as I can, because in many cases this is probably going to help your trading. Okay, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. All I done was just make a purchase November the 9th, and changed my money into Doge, and then I came back. What is this? Like the 27th, so this is like 18 days later, and then I changed my Doge back to USDT, and there you go. I've changed this, which originally was $248, to this right here, which is $343. Now, where did I get this idea from? Right off the Trade Idea leaderboard. Right out of the conditions that I just explained to you guys before. When I see that amazing tilt, I go in there and I say, okay, this is either based on the tilt, this is either a time to sell or this is my time to buy. To Bitcoin, as far as proof of work coins go, Dogecoin right now is the most profitable coin to be mining. So it makes me think the Doge is going to stick around with us for a while. Okay, there's no staking, no one's holding my capital. I done that all inside of a Exodus wallet. Let me show you a quicker trade. Same thing, same scenario over and over again. This time I took that same money, which I had about $344 in USDT, if you remember, and I went and bought some Doge. Okay, this is December the 19th. Okay, and I bought $340 worth. Well, it was really 344. We ain't gonna talk about that. $4 I lost at some swap. Okay, it's all good. Again, it's the price of doing business. Okay, and I bought the Doge, but let's remember now, I started with like $248. This is I'm not doing anything but moving this from one section of my wallet to the other. Okay, now I'm at 340, and then I turned around and that's 340 right there. And I turned around and eventually I that sold that back. Remember, what did I start with? 340 over here. Came over here, traded it back 3 days later. It's 357. Okay, so there's two real world examples. It's about a month, and just taking the same thing, getting back up about $110 off of that initial 248 that I started with. And again, what am I using? um, I'm just using one of the ideas, the Doge idea that I saw when it was at the top of the leaderboard. I'm showing the utility here. Here's the trade, and there's that area that I showed on Twitter, and I got in about there on that last trade example, somewhere in this candle. This is about where I got in at, and you could see that on the tweet, and where I got out at. Uh, Quoting from memory. I'm quoting from memory. Okay, I got out somewhere inside of this candle right here. So it took me a while. These are 4 hour candles, but that's about the 3 days. And that's what it looks like on a chart. Now, yeah, when I got out, we kept going a little bit. We got up here to this we showed some resistance over here on this I think it's 55 SMA. I'm never trying to get every last dime that's humanly possible for me to get. That is to seek perfection in an imperfect world. That's not what I'm trying to do, and your trading gets a lot easier when you stop trying to do that. I've been doing this on and off for 20 years, and to me, that's again something that's helped my trading. And that's it, guys. Once again, I'm just talking about swing trading, showing you some swing trade examples, trying to cram, a lot of game into 20 minutes or less. And these tools, the main tool that I used on here, the main tool that I used on here is right here on the front page of masters.com, and it's free. It's called the Fearmonger. This is our fear and greed index. There are some videos right here where I go into more detail about how to use it. The other tool, our leaderboard, there's a link to it right there on the front page. Again, there are some videos. Watch video tutorials hosted on our site. There aren't even any YouTube commercials because I'm hosting these on our site. Okay, and it's right now this tool is free. The leaderboard itself is free. We're in a bear market, still around Christmas. Kind of my gift to the community. You know, my brother helped me to develop all of this stuff along with this news feed that pulls from hundreds of different servers and aggregates the news here in that same one place as well. So that's all I had, guys. Once again, this is Alfred talking about swing trading crypto, reminding you guys that uh, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I'll see you guys on the next video. Once again, like, share, comment, subscribe. If we've helped you, please help us by sharing this content with others.